Hello, welcome. This is Sports This Morning. We're broadcasting live from Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm Austin Okonakpan.
Good morning and welcome. I'm Cecilia Omogbe.
It's great to have you join us again. I'm Tayo Salam.
Let's get the show started now. It's an action-packed world of sports in Nigeria. Football fans are waiting to know who the coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria will be. The question to the NFF this morning is, where is the coach?
Okay, we'll be waiting. Friday, the shortlist will be out. Maybe by 14th of this month, we will definitely have a new coach for the Super Eagles. Foreign or local, really don't know. Okay, 32 days to go for the Rio Olympics. And what's in Nigeria, how ready are they? Some of the athletes are still complaining that, look, they want to go on international tour, but nothing is happening right now.
It's not good.
I know.
Not good news at all.
Yeah.
Other countries are ready. Nigeria, far from ready. Okay, from the Olympics, we go to the Euros, where 24 teams started the competition on June the 10th. Today, only 4 teams are standing after France ended the fairy tale run of Iceland to join Belgium, Wales, and Germany in the semi-finals.
I know.
I
Last
mean,
four standing.
This is what we live for. Us.
What
I
a
mean, the last
story.
4.
I know.
I mean, look at those fixtures, though. Portugal versus Wales. Incredible. Portugal, Wales.
Yeah.
No, I'm looking at Germany and
versus
France.
I mean,
that's the big
any one of the two, Cecilia.
But that first semi-final game will get us talking because it's a tale from 2 different sides of this world. Look at Portugal not winning any game in 90 minutes, and then Wales, surprise package. Who would have thought that Wales will be there in the last 4?
I mean, no one saw that coming at all. I mean, you especially.
Oh, please.
Yeah, we're not going to
tell me
go
about
into
that
that.
game against Belgium.
But what about Portugal, though? What about Portugal? Portugal, I mean, haven't won a game in this competition, and they're in the semi-finals.
Likely.
Yeah, they won
And they-
games, just that they didn't win in the 90
Yeah,
minutes.
obviously,
Come on,
they haven't won a game in 90 minutes in regulation time, and they're in the semis, and they fumbled and wobbled,
Wobbled, exactly,
and they're in the
they're there.
semis, and who knows, they might just go all the way.
what it is.
It's a very good
So
possibility.
whether or not football followers want it or not, either Wales or Portugal will
be in the finals. I mean, for Wales, I thought they were very impressive in the way they dispatched Belgium.
Now,
Yeah,
take a look at this picture. I mean, Payet there scoring his own goal. 4 goals in first half for France. Host nation. You know, when you're having the likes of François Hollande talking about the Prime Minister and all the dignitaries, everyone coming to the stadium. Iceland definitely did not stand a chance. But somehow, after capitulating in the first half, the second half, they won it 2-1.
Yeah, well,
Look at that result.
football is
They
90
just
minutes.
removed the first half. By the end of the day, I think they've actually had a good run getting here. But the French team, just take a look at the squad. When I saw the lineup, having the likes of Griezmann, Pogba, everyone starting Payet and all that, even the players that will come off the bench before everyone started the game, I knew what Didier Deschamps was up to. And he actually, gave them a run for it. Just had to. What did he have to do? I mean, just run them out. And we started well, and the game ended so well. For Iceland, it's been a pretty journey for them. And of course, they'll have to go back home knowing that, yes, they were able to beat England. That alone, it's something they can remember for the rest of their lives.
Cecilia, Tayo, whatever Iceland did to come to this year's Euro, they should continue with it and consolidate on it. This is the team that stopped the Netherlands, came to the Euros after Cristiano Ronaldo said what he wanted to say when they drew Portugal. They didn't look back. They stayed focused. In fact, Tayo, look, Cecilia, they're not just winning, they've played admirable football. Did you still see them trying to fight against France?
Of course, they did fight.
They put up a fight. They said, look, what's going on here? We'll show these guys that we can play. They were not intimidated by the crowd.
No, not at all. I mean, the first half obviously wasn't too good. I mean, they went down 4-0.
It was a rush.
And usually when that happens, you tend to, just fall like a deck of cards. But it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Second half, they really showed character. They went, they went to France, got a couple of goals. Could have had a penalty on a different day. In all, I think Lars Lagerbäck and his team, they've done a great job with his Iceland side. And you can see the fans yesterday, they had fun all through 90 minutes, regardless of the scoreline. They were enjoying themselves. So, yeah, like you said, Austin, whatever they've done to get to this particular stage, they should continue, consolidate, and we might get to see Iceland in future major competitions, starting with the 2018 World Cup.
In Russia. Okay, we'll be waiting for that. But interestingly, something about Iceland is the fact that, this crop of players, according to, some bookmakers and what they write on the internet, is that they actually called them the indoor boys, because in Iceland, because of the weather, they had most of their pitch is actually indoor. They had to design a pitch where they play indoor and all that. And every child that wants to play football at the age of 4, they already have a UEFA licensed coach start teaching them from that particular young age. So it's something they actually built over time. And at the end of the day, they've been able to, get to this stage. Just look at a country where you have less than 400,000 people, and you have like less than 100 professional footballers. Even the goalkeeper, he wasn't a professional goalkeeper before. He had to go into football much later in life. So it tells a story that, look, when its particular team is determined and they're actually ready to turn things around, they didn't look at the weather, they didn't look at their land, they just look at what they were going to do with it. And they were able to create an atmosphere, create indoor pitches and all that, where players can actually go there, train all around. Because, in Iceland, in December, most especially winter, it's absolutely impossible to do anything on the field of play. But they created something, indoor, whereby they can play football, all year round.
And they came out to show the guys that have been playing outside that, look, determination can take you anywhere. That's the story. I know, guys, they will return back to their country as heroes. Everyone is waiting. They will do a big party. For Iceland to get to the quarterfinals of the Euros, that tells a lot about football development in the country.
Yeah,
Let's listen to reactions coming out of the game between Iceland and France. When we'll come back, we'll talk some more.
As a newcomer, I said that to the players in the dressing room after the game. The first half here looked very like the second playoff we had against Croatia for the World Cup. I think we had some we didn't handle it well mentally. They showed in the second half it wasn't something physical in the team. We have reloaded and done everything, so that wasn't the problem. So I think these kind of matches, when you're very close to something bigger, is something that you have to learn from. So I think the last impression of this tournament is to learn from what we did. I think we learned from the Croatian game, and I think this was a good reminder. If you play on this level, you have to have the right attitude every second, and the higher you come, the more important it is. But then when you have a few days, I don't think we maybe not even need that. If you look upon the whole tournament, it's been as a newcomer and reached the quarterfinal, it's been absolutely fantastic. It's nothing wrong with their attitude. They worked hard and wanted, but it wasn't. We wasn't using our brains. We didn't play the normal way we did. Part of it could be that France was very good. So I think when we're close to the World Cup, Croatia away, the similar thing happened in that match. So it was something, I think, mentally we wasn't sharp enough in decision making and things like that. So we did some silly mistakes, and we didn't defend good as a team, and we were very, very passive when we won the ball that we have really tried to work a couple of trainings with and talked about. So it was some kind of a mental thing that didn't work for us this time. It's been a fantastic tournament, so it's a big thank you to everybody, including you also. You have given us a lot of positive response and a lot of respect, so like our fans have done, so I really have appreciated that.
So that's it, Lars Lagerbäck and the technical crew from Iceland. Tayo, was getting a little bit hard on the players, no Lars. These players are legends already in Iceland. They did a very great job. Yeah. France just went back, watched what England failed to do, and said, look, we're not going to smile with these guys. Yes. And then they came all out.
Yeah, the French, they were very inspired. Right from the start, Olivier Giroud was unplayable, in the air. And usually you thought the Icelandic defense would be able to, match Giroud in the air, but they couldn't do that. Yeah. Got down to good goals, and Pogba as well also was great had a decent game. So yeah, you know, they've had a very, Antoine Griezmann as well, Dimitri Payet. I mean, in the end, the golfing class, you know, showed,
exactly.
And that's why France are in the semi-finals.
I think Iceland actually make a very big mistake in this game. You know, usually we know that they usually defend, but at the end of yesterday, they were like playing to the gallery, like want to play pretty football, so to speak. They wanted to show the whole world that look, we just don't know how to defend. We can also play good football, but you can't actually do that with the French team that is so compact and tight. Semi-finals, you know, the first one, Portugal and Wales is on Wednesday, and the other one, Germany and France, that's the one everyone will be looking forward to.
So Cecilia and Austin, before we leave the Euros,
do this. No,
finally.
No. After Wales and Belgium, I said I'm not doing it anymore. I tried.
You tried to read my mind. I'm not gonna ask you for a prediction, Austin. No, I'm not gonna let you do that.
Okay.
I was gonna say before we leave the Euros finally, I mean, what was that we saw between Germany and Italy in the quarterfinals? I mean, I'm talking of the penalty kicks. What happened?
It tells you the amount of pressure that comes with winning. Particularly when Bastian was supposed to win it, and you wearing the captain armband.
And he finds Rosie.
Bastian is so okay. What happened to Zaza?
Simone Zaza.
No, but the problem why you need to question Bastian, because he would have ended a long time ago with Bastian.
Yes, Sane decided to do what he did.
Just gave it to him.
Okay.
A lot of dreadful penalties.
Thomas Muller pass.
I mean, incredible. What about Pilar? He just passed the ball, you know, beyond the post. And you wonder what happened to these great players. Like said Austin, it is pressure, you know, quarterfinals, you know, semi-final tickets on the line. You can get to them, the human after all. So shout out to the guy that's got the winning penalty, Jonas Hector, youngster. You know, it was very close because the ball
Daddy was crying, saying, well done, thank you.
Yeah, so it was very dramatic.
I got the handball. I mean, coming from the
we saw a lot of strange stuff in that game.
For a minute, I was like, come on.
What was he thinking about?
This is Jerome Boateng. Didn't he pass through basic football?
I mean,
the Rudy's area ball, hands down.
No, he was trying to tell the referee, look, I didn't do anything. I'm not touching this guy.
I'm not touching this guy.
But the hands were just too up.
They were
of course, he was the happiest of the German players. You could see he was just praying to God.
He got his own penalty, right?
He got his penalty as well.
And then if they don't win it, he's not going to do good with himself. But it was a good game.
Zaza actually overtook him because he at first was the one, you know, trending, and Zaza came out with that dance step and
incredible stuff. I mean, when I was watching the game with Ayotunde, and as soon as he, you know, made the run up, I was like, what kind of run up is this? And it goes on and on and on, and it blazes over the bar. I'm like, that's why he's done that.
Okay, so that's the story. That quarterfinal game between Germany and Italy. That's actually a lot of football followers believe that's the final that we have watched at this competition. But it's all good. We're hoping that the teams that make it to the final will give us more talking points. Guys, this year we want to talk about teams that have done so well, countries that have done so well. We'll talk about Iceland. No doubt, you mentioned Iceland. You talk about maybe Spain, Italy, you talk about France, but you also talk about Chile for winning the Copa America. And they're still celebrating. We said we'll talk about Chile all year long because of what they did to Argentina, back-to-back things.
Yeah, I mean, historic moments for them. The fans are still happy, celebrating. You have about 35 to 45,000 people attending an event in the capital city, welcoming the players, just happy knowing that, yes, we were able to do this to Argentina back-to-back. The first one was in the fluke, so the second one is definitely not a fluke again.
Right.
And they will even want to repeat that. I mean,
make it a hat trick of victory. That would be very good one for Chile. So,
Wimbledon now.
There's celebrations, there are celebrations. I know we want to talk about that, and there's so much to talk about Wimbledon, but we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll read off Novak Djokovic. He thinks we'll just wait for us to go on a break and then he will leave the competition. Talk about it when we come back.